This is Manchester's top 3 hidden gems.
It's a magical place, like magical stories.
So I'm finally back out in Manchester, and I honestly can't tell you how nice it feels just to be walking around here. Now this video is a little bit of a special one because I wanted to highlight 3 of Manchester's hidden gems that you can go and explore for yourself. These hidden gems are hidden within the city, and there's absolutely loads of them. Down every nook and cranny there is an actual piece of history of Manchester from a bygone era that is still about today. Now some of these gems are in plain sight, and you probably just walk past them every single day and not bat an eyelid. But there's others that you have to go and look for yourselves. And as a family on a day out in Manchester, I think it'd be a great thing to go and do. So anyway, sit back, I hope you enjoy. This is Manchester's top 3 hidden gems.
And they wonder why there's no real rock and roll stars around.
Right, so the first place that we're going is Bradley Street, which is in the northern quarter in Manchester. Now Bradley Street is home to 3 Georgian terrace cottages, and these terrace cottages have stood the test of time. They've been here before the Industrial Revolution. You're talking nearly 220 odd years that they've stood in the same spot for. Now although they have been re-altered and they have been changed to sort of, you know, to structurally make them sound, they still stood in the same spot. So let's head over there now. So here we are, and I'm on Bradley Street, and these are the 3 terrace cottages that you can see here. These go back to over 220 years. They've stood in the exact same spot. Now although they have been reconstructed and made structurally sound so they can be used, you know, in modern day. I mean today it's being used as a massage parlour. But yeah, it's being used today for whatever, and I think the other 2 might be like office blocks or something. But these have stood the test of time, and these were built originally for craftsmen. Before the Industrial Revolution and before it was in full swing, they used to live in these houses, and I think there were 1 up, 1 down, and there were there was mass poverty around here, around this part of Manchester, and it was rumoured that there was up to 12 to 14 people actually living in one of these houses, one of these little cottages alone. But it's a nod and it's a testament, and it's a defiance and pushback to stuff like this that's going up today. I mean, I can't even get a decent shot of this because the building, they're knocking down all these old buildings, aren't they? And they're putting up these horrible sort of concrete, ugly things that just go up and, you know, for the masses. But stuff like this is, to me, it's like it is a gem. And it's hidden, and it's down a back street of Manchester, and I've walked down here many a times and never really took notice of it. And there's a little plaque on the wall that I will show you, but I just love it that it's still here. And you know, it's changed with the times, and a lot of these buildings you can't say the same because they actually get knocked down, but this is actually still here over 220 odd years ago. And these streets all around here, all this area, you would have, you know, it'd have been stuff that we can't really comprehend today. I mean, we have an issue with homeless people and stuff, don't we, and stuff like that, but this was poverty on a completely different scale. Scavenging and people constantly, you know, in dire situations with families to feed. So these houses represent the working class, the people that have carved and moulded this whole city. The craftsmen came from these houses. But like I say, I can't really show you a great shot of it because of this stupid thing that's in front of me. But what I will do is I'll walk down it and I'll show you the actual plaque too. The cottages on Bradley Street are a testament to the history of this city. Originally inhabited by highly skilled craftsmen at the time. But sadly, these craftsmen were pushed to one side, forgotten about, and replaced with machinery. And the streets then became home to some of Manchester's most poorest working class people that the city's ever seen. Poet Robert Southey visited the street back in 1802, and his detailed account is shocking to say the least, but it's a great insight into the working conditions of our industrial past. Without accounts like this, our history would be lost. And this is what he had to say. Imagine this multitude crowded together in narrow streets, the houses all built of brick and blackened with smoke, frequent large buildings amongst them, where you hear from within the everlasting din of machinery, and where when the bell rings, it's to call the wretches to their work, instead of the prayers. Imagine this, and you have the materials of a picture of Manchester. The history that this place has seen is unbelievable. The very foundations of this little street is still standing after all them years. All it's been through. Births, deaths, happiness or sad, it's still here. Their era to ours. The DNA of Manchester.
So it's time for people to fall in love with you, but it's inevitable.
So I've been working on this video in the background, and I've had it planned for ages, but obviously with COVID and not getting in the city, it's hard to go and film. So I thought when I come back and I do the next Manchester video, it's going to be a bit of a celebration and a bit of a light-hearted one, because the last few I've loved doing them. The Dovestones one, and the Billow Jacks, and the one with Steve at the Urban Project at Midlands Mill. They've been great to go and film, but I just wanted something a bit more light-hearted and a bit of a uplifting one to bring people, you know, get them used to sort of walking back around the city again. Obviously it could all change at the flip of a coin, couldn't it? But if you are in Manchester, I think this would be a great thing to go and do. But these hidden gems, they've lasted they've stood the test of time. And it'd be a travesty if, God forbid, they ever went, because they'd be gone forever. And that is exactly why I'm trying to capture it on camera now and highlight the significance of them.
I look forward to GCSEs, mate, I'm not silly.
So we're heading over now to the second location and the second hidden gem of Manchester. And it's a personal favourite of mine, I must say. It's heartwarming, and it's just nice to see something like this in the city. So without further ado, ladies and gents, I give you Mr. Smith's Dream. Mr. Smith's Dream is one of Manchester's true hidden gems, and it brings a heartwarming smile to the faces of many. Inspired by Mr. Smith, a pet shop owner in the Northern Quarter, who often dreamt about the pets and animals that he used to keep in his shop. His passion and love for the animals consumed his whole life, having dreamt regularly about wild exotic animals. This miniature staircase is built into the wall, and it seems to spiral out of sight, making you wish you were small enough to climb the little steps to see where they might lead to. Another tip of the hat to an eccentric character of Manchester's past. So the Northern Quarter today is sort of known for its food and its bars and its sort of hipster type vibe that it has. It's probably one of my favourite places in Manchester to actually be. I just love the laid back sort of vibe that there is here. But this actual area that I'm in now of the Northern Quarter was home to a guy called Mr. Smith, and it was sort of there was a lot of pet stores around here. Now Mr. Smith owned a few of these pet stalls, and he was a bit of a sort of Steve Irwin stroke Dr. Dolittle type character. He admired animals, he loved them, he dreamt about them, he was always with his animals. And actually on this street here, there's been a brick removed, and behind me is Mr. Smith's Dream. Should have seen some of the looks I've just been getting. I've been peering through that little window. There's a salon facing it. And I turned round, there's a girl filming me. She must have thought, check this weirdo out. The things you do, eh?
They're only popping in for 10 bloody minutes, aren't they?
Jim, I'm only doing a finger buffet.
So I'm only on the best little street in the whole of Manchester. Anita Street. But this isn't the final gem. There is one left. So the third and final gem that I've picked is the Manchester peepholes. Now, a very clever artist has installed these like brass sort of peepholes on the industrial buildings in Manchester. And it's a bit of a give back to tell people, you know, what these buildings once represented. There's no rhyme or reason to them. It's literally, I think the maximum that's been found so far is 10. But when you look through these peepholes, it shows you a room dedicated to what that building once used to be and what it once represented. So it could have been, say, a spinning mill, and then when you look through this sort of peephole, you've got like the looms and stuff like that, and all the spinning equipment will be laid out. Now, I think the artist is getting at that he wants you to go and explore, and he wants you to go and find all of these peepholes around Manchester and log them. And it also gives the kids something, you know, they're learning about what this city, you know, with the Industrial Revolution, this was the powerhouse, and Manchester was the absolute epicenter for the Industrial Revolution. So I think it's a bit of a give back to society, and it's opening and wakening people up to what these buildings once represented, and I think it's absolutely fantastic.
I always thought there was an Iron Water War, sir.
But the first one, I'll give you a clue, it's on Bengal Street in Manchester, on the Ancoats area. So let's head over there now. So I've just been round Bengal Street, and I couldn't see it. So I'm walking around the other end now to see if I can find it. But I'm pretty sure I've just gone past one on a different street, and people were eating. So I didn't want to sort of be rude and, you know, start filming while people are eating. But it's got to be around here now. Look like a lunatic, like I'm lost. There's got to be one round here. So this is Jersey Street. So this here, you might have seen it already in one of my videos, but Jersey Street was the street where the Scuttlers had a big massive brawl with the Bengal Tigers. Actually on this street it kicked off big time. But I'll kick off in a minute if I can't find these brass eyes. Been telling everyone about. By complete fluke, I've just been walking around here, around this whole area, sort of scouring for these peepholes, and I have just found one. And they're a lot lower down than I thought, but I presume that's for the kids, you know, if they wanted to sort of have a look at it. But here it is. This is a Manchester peephole. Now, like I say, there's about 10 of these so far that have been found. There's potentially more. With sort of, you know, there's no rhyme or reason to them. There's just only the artist knows how many there is. It's a bit of a game, really. But yeah. So these hold clues to our industrial past.
Not doing anybody's tea tonight. We're having chippy.
So I've had to come back to town because these peepholes are doing me head in. And just as I say that, look, boom, there's one on this rock. But I found about 5 or 6 now, and I will tell you that some of them have been covered up. Now I don't know if that's because of COVID and the building's closed, because normally there's like a little bit of a light on in the room. When you look through, there's like a light lighting up the whole room. So I don't know whether it's because of COVID that the places might be shut and the light's not on. But some of them I have looked through and you can see them. So get yourself out. I'm gonna have a look in this rock. I don't know what's in this. I mean, what can be in that? Seriously, it's a rock. Let me have a look here. Oh, it's a seat. It's a seating area. How cool's that? Right, let's have a look. I don't think you can see much in it. No. Some of them have been vandalised as well, which is sad. But there's one over here. And this is why I was coming this way, because there was one over here. Last week, I was going round sticking my head in all these peepholes, and I think people thought I was a bit of a weirdo, to be honest. I'll just go over now and have a look. So I don't know what this one represents. Let's have a butcher's anyway, eh? It's busy today. So this is it here. This is one of the peeps. And when you look in, now this one, this is in function. I try and pan the camera through. I just want to see what's on the other side as well. Can I? If I go this way. Can't really tell. Anyway, I won't give the game away, but get yourselves out, get exploring, get looking in these little peepholes. I'm sure by the time this video's out, more of these peepholes will be back open again. So I'm going to wrap the video up here now. Thanks for watching. Really, honestly, I can't put into words how much the support I get off this channel is absolutely unbelievable. And if I could thank you all individually, I would. So that was 3 of Manchester's hidden gems, and there's loads of places like that hidden within the city. So if you enjoy that type of content, just let me know. and I could potentially roll out a few of these videos. And maybe there's some gems that that you know of that I don't, so just comment below and let me know. And if you do the peepholes, I want you to also comment and let me know where they are, because I want to go back and have a look at them. That's unless you want to be cruel like I was to you and you don't want to give them me. But thank you so much for watching. I love doing these videos. I love exploring parts of Manchester that some of you might not even know about, and some of you will. But it gets me out, and it's sort of, if you can't get out, because of whatever, you could be, some medical issues or whatever, it feels like you've come out with me. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment below if you enjoyed the video, and I'm gonna go and have a couple of beers in the pub now, because it's cracking the flags, it's red hot, and I've got to get the train back home. So until next time, see you later. Cheers.
The overcast skies are painted white, and the broken bricks still stand to this day. The rain falls on the ancient graffiti walls that still have something to say. They're knocking down old and erecting new. They're ripping out our hearts and soul too. They're trying to separate you and me. Oh, history is history.